This is Shawn Crystal. Catch the Inkpulp podcast on PharcydeTV Wednesdays at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Come hang. Peace. This is the Inkpulp podcast. This is the Inkpulp podcast. Comics, hip hop, life. Hustle, integrity, soul, passion, love. Welcome to the Inkpulp podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Crystal. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know that I've been building Inkpulp Instruction as a online educational art tool where you can purchase episodes, learn from artists, from professional artists, from amazing artists, from the best artists, and help yourself become a better artist, but also to help you learn how to become a professional comic book artist. So I've been building that for almost 2 years now. When this comes out, we're going to be up to like episode 5. Yeah, we should be when this comes out, we'll be at episode 5. So and then by the end of the year, we'll be at episode 7. And then in 2022, we're ramping it up to 1 episode a month. So it's going. It's starting to take off. It's starting to do well. And the future's looking awesome for this. So today, I want to give you another little taste of Inkpulp Instruction. In previous episodes, I gave you a taste of episode 1 with me, episode 2 with Eric Canetti. Today is episode 3 with my good friend Jim Mahfood, and that's what you're going to check out right after I stop talking. So please enjoy. Jim is a rare artist. He's a very individual voice, and he's built a career unlike anyone I know, and he's done a lot. He's constantly inspiring me, and I'm sure he's going to inspire you. Lots of knowledge in this one. Check out this free sample of Inkpulp Instruction. Click the link in the description, in the description below, and get involved. Inkpulp Army is rising. Hop on board. Peace. We'll talk about tools after this.
Yeah, for this piece, I usually start off with this tool.
And that's your parallel pen.
Yeah, and this one pen kind of gives me most of the lines that I'm looking for in what I'm drawing.
So do you start by just knocking out your contour lines before you start adding blacks and textures and patterns?
It depends. It depends on the piece. Sometimes I will do contrast and stuff as I'm working, just to help define shape. So like this right here, I'm kind of.
I gotcha.
Okay, that's gonna be her face.
I mean, for me, you just did something I'm terrified to do, which is not to pencil in the face.
Yeah, I didn't even add that yet. That's one of those things of, I'll just figure that out in the inking phase, I guess.
The goal of your pencils is to put down as little as possible, but giving you what you need.
Yeah, but again, it sometimes depends on the piece, because when I'm penciling comics, I do tend to do more full-blown, just full pencils.
Okay.
Because I need to know that it's all going to work out as a whole. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So, yeah, man, it's sometimes it's difficult for me to talk about certain things because every piece sort of has its own approach.
Right. Is that listening to the piece as you're doing it, like Michelangelo finding the sculpture, and the sculpture's in the stone,
right? Yeah,
waiting to be revealed.
It Yeah, I mean, I try and explain, is there a method to all this madness? But sometimes for me, it's like, sometimes I'm just winging it depending.
Do you have a compositional plan for your spot blacks? Or do you just look and see where it feels like it needs it?
I have both, but on this, like as I'm doing it, I sort of already know, like, well, her shirt is going to be black.
Right.
So in order to have the weight and the contrast with her flesh, the arm is not going to be covered by anything. So this black and then this black of the shirt is instantly going to make this pop out.
Right. So that's a wise, perfectly sound decision.
So
so talk to me about this parallel pen. Why you like using it? What it gives you?
Yeah, I started using these felt-tipped calligraphy pens years ago because I liked the idea of one tool being able to deliver these different line weights of like something as thin as this and then something as thick as that, and then just with the twist of the nib of the, you're inking with a square piece of metal, basically.
Right.
And so I like that idea, but the felt tip ones, they wear down so easily, you basically destroy them very quickly. And Ashley Wood actually turned me on to this brand, the Pilot Parallel Pen, years ago, and I started experimenting around with it. And I love the idea of like one pen can just give you these different lines. You don't have to interrupt the drawing, and you can, like, instead of picking up all these different tools, I can just continually work and make it happen, you know?
Right, but I mean, like, everything you're describing is like, oh, a brush does that, but I'm guessing that with that awkward square metal tip, it doesn't allow you to make like controlled, and this is the wrong word, but I think the right idea, to make graceful lines.
Yeah.
And you like that, what that brings to the work is like the pen is giving you something. It's a clumsy tool, is that fair to say?
Yeah, like I like see how that line right there became a little shaky?
Yeah.
Like I like that.
Okay.
I like the unpredictable, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I'm not going for a super tight, I don't even know how to describe it. Yeah, like you know how the 90s comics, man, like
slick.
It's so slick.
Yeah.
Every line has to be there and has to be perfect, and with this it almost creates an environment for unpredictableness.
Right. So part of the attraction of this pen for you is that it's a chaotic tool, and you want that. You don't want something that allows you to start getting too controlled.
Right. Because I want to have room for stuff like this where it's like, okay, I guess there's like a fringe now on her panties, like sure, why not? And you know, the unknowingness of what is going to happen while I'm working is sort of one of the exciting parts of making the work.
So you're very much into the idea that the art is the journey of making the piece, not the piece in the end.
Sort of, yeah. It's almost like a abstract expressionist idea where it's like the action of making it is what you just said is more interesting and exciting than making something that's for everyone or that is digestible or
something that's easy to like it's not pop. Like I think of pop music like that. Like it's like, oh yeah, everyone can kind of just enjoy this, but there's nothing to really sink your teeth into. Right.
Yeah, pop is like, it's easy to digest, but there's no soul.
There's no no soul. That's a good way of putting it.
At the end of the day, so it and like for the face, like I don't really know
This is
what's going to happen, but I'm assuming like, okay, there should be an eyebrow right here, and then there can be an eye like right here, and then do we see her other?
It's like an old school Casio watch.
I got this in Japan.
I was just gonna ask, is that from Japan?
From a vending machine.
Of course.
So I am gonna, for like her little nose line, I'm not super confident about how small that's gonna be.
This is interesting. So you get into a zone where you need some control and you switch tool.
Yeah, just boom with a micron, and I'll probably I'm gonna go ahead and do the mouth that way too, and just assume like, give her a bit of a smile, and like, okay, that the mouth goes there,
right?
And instead of doing the other eye here, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fudge like a bit of a shadow from her hair there, and just know that the viewer knows that there's an eye somewhere here.
Sure.
But stylistically, I don't really think I need that for this piece.
Do you find that part of your journey in creating is trying to discover what you don't need to put in that allows the viewer, the reader to become a participant? Like they almost like complete part of the drawings in viewing it?
Yeah, and I think that the more experienced comic book or illustration fan or art appreciator that is looking at art, their mind knows how to fill in the blanks of what is missing.
Again, going against the idea that this is pop music, this is something for someone with who wants a little more from their art experience.
Yeah, and because I like, I hate the idea of having to, hold the viewer's hand through all of this and over-explaining things. So for me, I mean, I don't want to talk down to the audience or the viewer. So I rely on them sort of knowing the language of some of this stuff and being able to fill in the blanks.
This is the Inkpulp Podcast. This is the Inkpulp Podcast. Comics, hip hop, life,